When you said Butler Fieldhouse, you knew what it really meant. It seemed like the whole town just shut down. And they said, okay, oh boy, basketball, heaven.
That's 3 in a row now for Oscar.
Butler Fieldhouse was often the stage for one celebrated achievement after another.
4 in a row.
But in 1955, just 1 year after the Milan Miracle, basketball fans witnessed a greater social victory unfolding on the Hinkle hardwood. That year, one of the country's most electrifying high school basketball teams hailed from Indianapolis Crispus Attucks High School. The team was led by the supreme on-court leadership of a hard-driving, soft-spoken talent who grew up just a few blocks south of Butler Fieldhouse, Oscar Robertson.
As an athlete, it was a dream come true to get in there and play. I mean, to get in there and show what you can do. Sometimes you want things in life so bad, and sometimes they come true.
He knew the game. He understood the game. He understood the calculus of the game. He understood percentages. He knew what he would shoot from one spot on the court. He knew the percentage he would shoot from another spot. He knew the percentage that you could shoot. Not only was he going to get the shot he wanted, he was not going to let you get the shot that you wanted. Okay, I mean, he understood the game.
Crispus Attucks High School, the city's first and only all-black high school, opened its doors in 1927, during a time when blacks faced intense prejudice in Indianapolis.
In the 1920s, Indiana was statistically the whitest state in the United States. I mean, it was a white state. Indiana and Indianapolis was the center of the Ku Klux Klan. In the 1920s, as more African Americans are moving to Indiana from the South, there was a sense that, you know, we might have a problem here. There was a sense that we have to do something about it. We have to segregate the school children from each other, okay? So the idea is we need to build an all-black school. It was very difficult for them to find schools in Indiana that would play against them. Basketball games were tough to schedule. Most of the best teams would not play Crispus Attucks.
What kept the team together was the strength of Coach Ray Crowe.
He made it very clear, you do these things and you do them this way. He was a great teacher. He was teaching with his demeanor. He was teaching by example.
You could dribble a ball through your legs, behind your back. He didn't want you to dunk a ball. He knew that being an all-black team in Indianapolis, we'd be thought of like globetrotters, clowns on the court. We're not smart. We couldn't play a slow-down game. We can't do this. But we disproved all those myths about athletes in Indianapolis, Indiana.
By 1955, the state's most dominant team and its most thrilling player were storming across the state, destroying their opponents by an average of 24 points a game.
I mean, when Attucks walked into your town, I'm talking about the smallest town, Jamestowns and things of that nature. When they would come into town, I mean, it was a show to see.
We sat on the floor at the half, and we start, Old Tech is tough. We're playing Tech. Old Tech is tough, and Tech is rough. They can beat everybody, but they can't beat us. Hidey, 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 hide. Hody, 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 ho. Old Skip, Bop, beat 'em. That's the crazy song. And of course they did that, the whole gym went up.
Oscar Robertson from the corner. Perfect.
By March, Coach Crowe's undefeated team was headed to Butler Fieldhouse and their date with destiny. Attucks faced Gary Roosevelt High School in the state finals. Robertson fueled a high-powered offense, and the Indianapolis squad quickly took charge.
Robertson, he'll fire from the corner. Could be in there. And 30 points for him.
Led by 30 points from Robertson, the Tigers captured the state title by an impressive 23-point margin. Their victory had a far-reaching impact on the community.
When we walked on the floor, we were kings. We were kings. People knew it, you know. They were excited, especially a lot of the African Americans who worked in and around town. We gave them bragging rights.
The Crispus Attucks teams began to give blacks a sense of empowerment, a sense of opportunity, a sense of, by God, no matter what they do to us, we can excel at the highest level.
And it's all over. Indianapolis wins their first state basketball championship.
It didn't happen in any other states. It happens in Indiana. So if that's not kind of a symbol of excellence, a symbol that we can overcome anything.
The following year, Coach Crowe, Robertson, and the rest of the Tigers returned to Butler Fieldhouse to capture their second straight high school crown.
They were disciplined, they were smart, they always used the scoreboard to make their point. Because they did it through basketball, I think it caused Hoosiers to begin to realize that this game just wasn't for small white farm teams or white communities throughout the state, that it could certainly be a game represented by an urban team played in a way that everybody had to admire.
The exposure of Crispus Attucks help people understand how another person lives, you know. It helps people understand that, you know, people are born the same way. I think that the more you understand people, the better off you are.